What's going on, guys? I got the LYCAN RDA from CIGREEN for you today. She is putting it out. Let's check this thing out. Alright, so what I can basically, by looking at this thing, it's pretty much a Mutation X4 minus a row of airflow. And it's been pretty freaking stellar so far. As you can see. So it's got a bottom airflow. It's got side airflow. I haven't had any leaking from this thing yet, which is unique for me for bottom airflow. And I'll show you why. Let's check out the deck. Let's see if we can get this sucker to focus. Come on. There we go. Alright, so it's hard to see with my giant coils in there, but there's pretty deep juice flow, wells. As you can see right there, the bottom airflow is actually raised up a little bit. And as long as I drop down the center, haven't had an issue. The barrel does have a single airflow setting on it. You can see right there. This is one of the other ones. If you're going to use it in single airflow, I would probably close off the regular side airflow because it's going to be off to the sides. You probably do a lot better with just the bottom airflow with a single coil. So I'm using the wide bore Darylin drip top right now. It also comes with a chuff cap style thing with its own airflow. Pretty nice. Whole bag of goodies, extra, like literally everything. There's regular screws in here. There's more grub screws. There was a Allen key, which is on my bench. It's got a copper center pin. It's got a blue screwdriver, O-rings. It's got everything. And then you got these two little guys. So this is if you want to use a normal 510 drip tip. And this is if you're worried about spit back. You can put this little guy in. I think everything except for the. Nope, you can put it in the chuff as well. You can put that little guy in all three setups, which is pretty nice. I haven't had any problems with spit back, so I'm not using it because I like to just drip through the tip. The airflow is really easily adjusted. You just turn the barrel for the bottom airflow, and you turn the top for the side airflow. And it turns pretty easy. It's pretty nice. The O-rings are pretty strong. Holding up the mod right now with it. Yeah, overall it's been a really nice RDA so far. I didn't think I was gonna like it because you typically don't like bottom airflow. But I've got temperature claptons in it right now. And we'll talk about that real quick. It's not going to be real quick, but basically, so I did another video earlier on another temperature clapton build. And then I set it to 400 degrees with no cotton in the coils. Lit it off. Bright glowing red. I mean, super red right away, just bang. It wasn't really working. So I had to basically scrap that video. And I've dicked around with this thing so much that I'll do another one at some other point, but not today. What I ended up having to do was, if you have a DNA200, you've probably checked out e-scribe software. So if you go into e-scribe software, under your profiles, whatever profile you're on, you can select what material you're using, whether it's Ni200, I think you can choose Kanthal, but there's a custom. So if you go to the custom, and then you go over to the, I think, advanced options, whatever. There's like a little link. That'll bring you online to a steam engine site. And what you can do from there is select your materials. I wish I could do screen share. I've tried. I don't have the ability to do that right now. But anyway, I'll describe it. It's pretty simple. So what I did was I went in there and I chose nickel and I chose Kanthal. It's right on the side. It's really easy to see. And that pops up their values. And then on the right hand side, there's only two selectable options, and that's for ohm for each. how many ohms you think they are. So I went ahead and I put in what the DNA was reading for ohms for the nickel, which was 0.11 at the time. Now it's 0.09. Go figure. But so I put that value in for the nickel because the nickel is the lowest resistance. It's carrying almost all of the current, if not all of it. Electricity is always going to go with the path of least resistance. So for the Cantal portion, I just basically had to guess. So I figured single core, Clapton, Cantal, 6 wraps around 3 millimeter, somewhere around 0.4-ish. Because if I do twisted 26, it's around 0.2. So that's what I put in for that value. Once you do that, it gives you a file that you can download. You download that file, put it wherever you want on your computer. You go into the e-scribe software, and from there you can choose that file, and it will upload your custom CSV. And that'll be the values that it uses, basically for the coefficient. Now, some mods out there, you can actually change the coefficient. So people have been playing around with that quite a bit. For the DNA, that's how you have to do it. And it works phenomenally. I mean, it works really, really well. My resistance didn't change. I'm actually going to try to force this thing to see a new coil and see if I can get it to the 0.09. Nope. Alright, there we go. Yes, new coil. I'm going to go in and change my temperature back because I adjusted it a little bit to account for it was hitting weaker. Now I'm back to my 0.11. Go figure. I don't freaking know. These things, you let them sit around, they change a little bit. It's a little funky. So one of the nice things about this RDA, which you just saw, I just dripped right down the center. I did 18 drops. I don't have a drop in my bottom airflow, which is a different experience than every other bottom airflow RDA I've ever used. There we go. That's what I wanted. Rocking now. I don't know what was going on before. Temperature control, it's a fickle bitch. I'm getting a nice, consistent hit every time. The flavor on this RDA is great. With the bottom airflow and the side airflow together, it's just, I'm getting everything. Good clouds. It's a really nice RDA. It's I looked it up online. It's about $35. I think Vapor DNA has it. Let's look real quick. LYCAN, LYCAN RDA. Yep. So Vapor DNA has it for $35. Vaping Cheap has a deal somewhere for $31.49. It's not bad. I would think this would be. I think you can get a V4 a little bit lower than that. But I know a lot of people have leaking issues with the V4, so go figure. And this is a little bit newer. Pretty much all the flavor's gone, no dry hits. It's definitely hissing and popping, but no dry hits. No flavor. Vapor's getting thin. As you can see, once again, just drip down this thing and not worry about it. phenomenal. Just great vape. Great vape. I've got a new atomizer that I'll be playing around with. I was a little disappointed with my vape box at first because I had gotten this RDA, and I was like, oh, CIGREEN, like whatever. Other people got the new Hercules, and I was like, ah. But I'm actually, now that I've finally built it, I'm actually really, really happy with this one. Same hit. There we go. Every time. This is the third video of the night. I haven't coughed yet, and now that I'm on the final one that's probably going to make it, coughing away. So yeah, so let's talk about nickel for a second. A lot of people are concerned about nickel with the lead that could possibly be leached into your juice, and I'm concerned with that as well. I'm a little bit less concerned with it with this certain coil setup. I mean, I got to be at least 70% Canthal on here. I'm sure still some juice is getting in and touching the nickel. The temperature control is definitely working. I'm not getting any glowing coils. I'm not getting a fishy taste that I've got in the past with nickel that makes me very concerned. Yeah, all around it's a great setup right now. For today, I'm happy with it, even though it was reading 0.09 and fucking up my vape. But now it's pretty consistent at 0.11, so whatever. If you have a DNA 200, or you're thinking about getting a DNA 200, go on the early adopters forum and download the e-scribe software and check it out. At first I was thinking that, you don't really need it. If the biggest feature that I thought was on there for a while is that when these first ship, depending on the model you get it from, it's set to default max 100 watts for Canthal, which for most people is fine, but if you're doing Claptons and silly shit, 100 watts ain't gonna kick it. Ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? So for a while I thought that was gonna be the biggest feature. I mean, going in and changing the screens around and whatever. I don't really care too much about that. A couple people have some cool profiles out there and things like that, but I just want it to work. All in all, I'm really happy with the DNA 200. Once again, if you do get one, make sure it's got a rockin' battery. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a good day. Doesn't necessarily need to be a monster like this, but make sure they list the C rating, and I would want to go at least 45C or something like that. It's overkill, but the battery life is going to be a lot better with a premium battery. Yeah, I mean, I hate to, every video I make lately I've been adding in some DNA 200 stuff, but there's a lot to it. There's simply just a lot to it. There's a huge learning curve. I've been making coils forever and doing silly shit, and it's a whole new ball game. Now I got to go online and figure out my coefficient and the efficiency and all this other junk, and luckily DNA is making it pretty easy to stumble around and just kind of figure it out. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just started clicking on stuff and was able to figure it out, which I'm sure most people will be able to. But yeah, the LYCAN, I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm probably butchering the hell out of it, but LYCAN RDA, definitely a good one. I mean, generally, the ones that I buy, just looking at RDAs now, typically I can tell if I'm going to like it or not. It's just from having, I don't even know how many RDAs. A lot. I've had a lot of RDAs. Pretty much I can look at them and know, yeah, okay, it's got the airflow I want. It's going to hit the coils the way I want, and, whatever. You can tell by pictures with the build deck whether it's going to be, a good build deck or not, pretty easily once you get a bunch of them. This one absolutely surprised me. I was like, I've had it for like a week and a half and I haven't built it because I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really like this thing. Really good flavor. It's rivaling the I think it might be topping out the velocity for flavor and clouds. Yeah, it's a solid one. I'm not worrying about leaking at all. I'm dripping a lot in here. Dripping the same amount that I would drip in my Cube Addy, and that's saying something. That thing holds a ton of juice. So yeah, guys, that's it. I've got too much more to say about it. If you have questions about the DNA or the LYCAN, feel free to hit me up. You can hit me up on my Google Plus account. You can hit me up on YouTube, although sometimes I get the notifications, sometimes I don't. It's easier just to go on my Google Plus, but either way, leave a comment below. Vaping too much. If you like the video, subscribe. That'd be awesome. Eventually, once I get enough people, I'd like to, do a giveaway here or there. I got a lot of stuff, and I bought it all, but a lot of it I don't use it anymore. So, I'll probably be passing some stuff along eventually once I get enough people interested. So, if you stuck around this long, thanks. I'll catch you guys later.